Okay, so the last thing is it doesn't give us the boxes of all the stuff, and I'm just gonna show you how to get something that looks like this on a graph. So it says rewrite the following equation in each form. So the first thing we need to look at is what form have I got? This guy has x written in descending order, so that's my standard form. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and factor it with my puzzle. So we are going to get x, sorry, not x, but blank times blank equals -5, and blank plus blank equals 4. Okay, well, the factors of 1 and 5 are just 1 and 5, and I want it to equal a +4. So we're going to go ahead and put our negative there. So I end up with -5, or sorry, -1 plus 5 is +4. So my factored form becomes y equals x minus 1, x plus 5. All right, so we remember that when we want to get our x-intercepts, we want to get them from our factored form or intercept form. So I end up putting a 0 in for y, and I get x minus 1, x plus 5, and I want to go ahead and solve each of those. So x minus 1 equals 0, x plus 5 equals 0. The first equation, I'm going to add 1 to both sides and get x equals 1. The second equation, I'm going to minus 5 from both sides and get x equals -5. Then I'm going to write them as ordered pairs so I can identify them as x-intercepts. And I go to 1, 0 and -5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Oh, okay. And then we can't forget, what does our standard form give us right here? It gives us our y-intercept. So I'm going to come down to -5 and get that, because that's why we're putting in zeros for x to get the y-intercept. So our y-intercept is at 0, -5. And remember, that's because when I put zeros in for the x's, those first two terms go away, just leaving the third. So to get our last thing that we need to graph is our vertex. So what we want to do is complete the square with this guy. So we end up with the x squared goes here when we complete the square, and the -5 goes here. And I'm looking for half of that 4x. So half of it's 2. So I end up with the 2x in those two boxes. And then 2 times 2 is 4. From 4 to get to -5, I've got to go -9. Because on a number line, if you remember, here's where 4 is, and here's where 0 is, and here's where -5 is, and I've got to go that far. So all of that together is -9. So my vertex form ends up being y equals x plus 2 squared minus 9. And then this is our h, and this is our k part of our vertex. And our h always changes sign, so it becomes a -2, and our k stays as -9. So I go to -2, -9, which is off our graph again, and I'm going to take these and draw our parabola. That is what I'm expecting for you guys to do on your homework, is to have at least those 4 dots. When I get back, we'll talk about how to get 5, but right now I really want you to show me that you understand that we're getting a y-intercept, we're getting an x-intercept, and this one I didn't label, but this is our vertex. So those are the features that I'm wanting you to show on your homework when you're graphing those. Okay, this last one on your notes, and then hopefully I'm back on Friday, and we get to do this in person. I can clear up any misunderstandings. So this guy right here is in vertex form. So I am going to grab my h and my k and my vertex. So my h changes sign, and I'm at -3, -1. So I go down to -3, -1, and make a dot. Then to make it be in standard form, I'm not going to forget about that -1, but I'm going to ignore it for just a second. And I'm going to use our box to organize our distribution. So x times x is x squared. 3 times x is 3x. X times 3 is 3x. And 3 times 3 is 9. So here and here, I can combine like terms. So let me go ahead and change this color so it may be a little less confusing. So I get y equals x squared plus 6x. That's just combining the 3x and the 3x plus 9. And I come up here and don't forget my -1. So I'm going to -1 right there. And I get y equals x squared plus 6x plus 8. And then I remember that from standard form, the key feature I pull out is the y-intercept, which is my last number. It happens at 0, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, off the graph, guys. All these are off the graph. All right, then my last one is intercept form. And what I'm going to do is take it from standard and go ahead and get the intercepts there. So I need to do my puzzle. Blank times blank equals 8. And then blank plus blank equals 6. Well, the factors of 8 that do that are 2 and 4. So I end up with factored form of y equals x plus 2, x plus 4, and then I put 0 in for y to find my x-intercepts. And hopefully you're pausing this to write down because I know I'm going kind of fast. So we do 0 equals x plus 2 as one of our equations, and 0 equals x plus 4 as the other. I minus 2 for the first one and get x equals -2. I minus 4 for the second one and get x equals -4. And then my ordered pairs are -2, 0, and -4, 0 for my x-intercepts. So -2 and -4. Oh, geez, guys, I don't have you to stop me. That's a -8. Let's fix our y-intercept. It should be up here. That makes way more sense. Probably had you confused for a little bit. Hey, look, that is going to make way more sense. There we go. There's our parabola. I hope this guy has been helpful. Thanks so much for sticking with it, guys.